Coach, big win today. You won. You never trailed. You were up first, and then you tied it, and you got the game winner. But there was a scenario where you missed the open goal. And
Again?
Tied it. So what was your mindset at that point?
There wasn't as much time as there was when we blew a few empty netters against Vancouver. So, but it's you're going for the empty net. And we just got to kill off the 6-on-5. Really, that's all I was thinking about when we didn't miss it. But our guys did a pretty good job on the 6-on-5. I thought we were in pretty good structure. They shot. Obviously, the strength is they get size and they get pucks in the net. And we ended up fending them off.
What can you say about Justin Bailey's impact? Obviously, the speed and forechecking was apparent, but fourth line, then third line, and power play. What you see from him and his impact?
Well, just kind of what we saw in training camp. As I mentioned this morning, he's a big kid. He's our biggest forward, and he can skate. And as you can see, he's got a little bit of touch too. That was a great pass he made to Cunny on the winning goal. And he plays an honest game.
It looked like Fabian Zetterlund was dominating the puck, especially early. When you're missing a guy like Hurdle, what is it? That guy's had a real good season this year. To see him kind of step up and take a role like that.
Yeah, I just, we're so happy for him, really. And I know we've touched on last year and the tough year he had, and just the work he put in. He's such a great kid, and he's a great teammate. And he's got a great attitude, and through our toughest times, the first 11 games, this guy came to the rink every day with a smile on his face and worked hard and tried to bring other people into the fight. And he can shoot a puck. Boy, he's got the ability to shoot a puck and score goals, and just really happy for him that he's getting rewarded.
Justin said that that's the first time he's ever been on a power play in the NHL. What led to that decision to put him in that role right away?
Just what we saw in camp, and I think he's got the ability to retrieve pucks and win a battle, and he's hard to defend. And sometimes, that goes a long way on a power play.
You guys played without Granlund, the first couple weeks of the season, without Hurdle tonight. Why is this team able to withstand the loss of a top centerman better now than it was maybe at the start of the year?
Well, I think we're playing better as a group, and I've touched on this, and I think some of our players have. It takes time, and we all know, early on we weren't getting the results we had. The injuries certainly played a role without Cooch and Granny, and our schedule was brutal. I've never said that really much, but it is what it is, and we were in a tough spot. A lot of things that could have gone wrong did, and now we're 500 since that. Since then, and playing much better hockey.
Could this be your biggest road trip coming up? You guys are still looking for that first road W, and you guys are going on a 6-game roadie. Yes,
it is going to be our biggest road trip, and hopefully we get Hurdle back, which would be nice, and maybe Barbanov, and all of a sudden we get a little bit of depth and get healthy and give us a chance to get our lineup together the way we thought it was going to be when the season started or through the summer.
Well, can you how things are going to take time? Do you like the fact that you guys have won 5 of your last 7 here at home?
I love that, especially after last year. You have to answer those questions. I can answer a lot of others, but I have to answer that one. So, and I just like, it's nice to reward our fans because they've stuck with us through some tough times, and we've got an incredible fan base.
What can you replicate defensively from the third period, and also too, especially in the third period, about 3 minutes left for about 2-minute mark that you're just hemming them in the zone. They can't break your neutral zone forecheck. Just how just what can you replicate from that in
it was
future
a
games?
Sharp contrast to what was going on in the second period. I thought they were walking up the ice way too easily.
Yeah.
And I give our guys credit. It wasn't a great night for us, but we were able to come back, and I thought have a decent pretty good third period to put ourselves in a position to win. So, that's what we need to do. I thought our neutral zone was better in the third period. I thought we were on top of them more. For some reason, we didn't really forecheck the way we have been. I thought we laid off them too much. So we've got to get back to playing on top of people with 5-man units and 5-man gaps, and spend more time in the offensive zone. We didn't spend a lot of time in the O zone in the second period.
In terms of health, LeBanc took a hard hit. I don't know if he went to the locker room or not with the road trip.
They hit hard. They're big and they hit hard.
In terms of the road trip, you expect Hurdle to travel.
Yes.
Ruda's been skating. Is he going to jump up on the trip? And,
yes.
Is there any surprise that may not take the trip with you?
As of right now, no.
So bare bottom's going on with you guys.
Yes.
Do you think that hit, the Tom Wilson hit on Addison, set a tone a little bit to maybe engage you guys a little bit to start finishing your checks?
I wish we had finished more. I think we finished enough.
So, Coach, was there a concerted effort to stop Ovechkin, or is it just your scheme for the overall team?
Well, you want to stop Ovechkin for sure, and that first power play didn't look like we were doing a very good job, but he was whacked, shot after shot. And then we cleaned that aspect of our penalty kill out, and we did a pretty good job of denying him the puck and not letting him do what he does best.
What do you thought of Ty Anderson today? He was pretty physical tonight.
He's physical all the time. We've talked about him, for the last few weeks now, because his play certainly is warranted to be talked about. He's an honest player. He's physical. He's got poise with the puck. He's done a really good job for us.
Coach, what else can you say about Blackwood at this point? He always keeps the team in the games.
He made some big saves, boy, and that's what you need at this level. You go look at the top goaltending in the league, and you're going to see the top teams in the league. This game, a coach of mine said they should call it goalie. It's an incredibly important position. You forget an awful lot of the saves the guy's making in the first and the second period. You go back as a coach and you watch the film, you're like, if that one went in, this game takes a whole different turn. So he's been outstanding. He's been an elite goalie for us this season.
David, the 2-on-1 on the homestand here. I mean, can this be a real turning point for you guys, or is this still sort of a work in progress?
Well, I think every team's a work in progress. Us in particular, we're a work in progress. Like I said, I'd like to get some bodies back here to really get our team together and see how we look. We haven't had that all year, but we've been scratching and clawing here over the last 3 weeks, and really proud of our guys. We're showing some characteristics that you need if you're going to have a successful season or a team that has a chance, and we're doing a good job checking some boxes here.
And speaking of those characteristics, did you like how your guys stood up to Wilson? Burrows got a nice hit on him. Even Granlund kind of stood up to him, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's hockey. Right? You better have a set of balls out there, and if you're afraid, you're in the wrong sport. So, I mean, you can't be afraid out there, because if you are, boy, you're not going to last long. I mean, that's pretty, when you got a guy that big and the guys that you just mentioned, their size, that's ballsy. That's ballsy. That's true toughness.
Adding to that, what do you think of some of the hits? Granlund dropped Ovechkin. I mean, there were some big hits from guys who don't usually throw big hits on hitters. Just that response to I'm going to hit some guy, like that's got to be nice to see.
Listen, that's Granny, right? I mean, I've touched on this. He's a winner. He's an honest player. He's a little bit of a throwback. He's got great skill, and he's got some grit to him, a lot of grit to him. And, I'm not afraid that was his response tonight for that early hit on Addison, which was a clean hit, by the way.
All right. Thanks, David.
Thank you.